We've talked a little bit about Luke Kennard and Derrick Rose. Both of them right now injured. And the question becomes, should Detroit play either of those guys again this season? Should D. Rose or Luke Kennard suit up again in the Pistons' remaining games? Yes or no?
The way I see it, I think that you should sit Derrick Rose for the rest of the season. One, he gets hurt a lot, so there's no reason to play him the rest of the season when you're already losing. Two, you don't want him picking you up a win or two, so rest him. Just let him get healthy, whatever. I think Luke's a guy that needs to get back on the court. He hasn't been on the court now since December. That's a long time, and he's young. He needs to at least get his legs under him so that next year he's not getting back into it after missing nearly a full year. So I think Luke needs to get back out on the court if he's 100%. If he's not 100%, then you might actually have some real questions to ask yourself about the validity of him being a long-term option for you. If tendonitis is what's keeping him out for nearly a full season, and he's continuing to spend a lot of time on the bench, not able to play. But it sounds like Luke's getting there and should be back any day now. So I would be bringing him back. I would be playing him. I think it's important that he gets that rust off and tries to build some chemistry with the new look roster. Christian Wood and Svi, Sekou, those kind of guys. And I think he needs to be out there. I think it's important for his development. Derrick Rose, on the other hand, you know what you're going to get out of him, whether he's on your team or not at the start of next year. He just doesn't need to be on the court this year.
Agree with about Derrick Rose. Shut him down. He's done. Let him get healthy. Let him rest up. We're good. Shut him down. Luke Kennard, I'm honestly very concerned about that whole situation. Like you said, Aaron, he hasn't been in since December. And it seems like this keeps getting prolonged.
Right.
He's going to be back here. No, we're going to push it back. Okay, he's going to be back here. But that time comes. Nope, it's going to be another week or what. And it just keeps getting prolonged. That worries me a lot about his knee. So if he's 100% and they're absolutely sure of it, yes, get out there, get him some run, get his legs back underneath him, let him play more with Christian Wood, let him get to know Sekou on the court. Crucial. I completely agree. But if he's not healthy, if they're not 100% sure, I can't justify putting him out there. Mm-hmm. Injuring him further, especially if they do plan for him to be a long-term piece of this franchise.
Well, and the thing becomes, if Luke Kennard's a guy that you might want to consider trading, let's say you end up with the number one pick and you go, man, I don't know how we pass up on Anthony Edwards, right? Then Luke's a guy that you got to be able to put on the trading market, and it would be real nice for him to get 10, 12 games under his belt here at the end of the year to show, like, man, he came back, he played well, and increased his value enough that teams go, yeah, we'll take a chance on him. We know he was hurt for a while last year, but he came back strong. He looks good. Medical reports, all hold up. All right, we're good. Let's do it, right? So there's some value in getting him back on the floor, whether it is to build some chemistry with guys or if it's to give you an opportunity to maybe trade him or at least explore that option. I don't know if Anthony Edwards helps you take a step forward as a franchise, because then you're still stuck at your same positional status. You still are missing some key pieces within your lineup. But if that's what Detroit decides, then you're going to have to move Luke. Maybe moving Luke allows you to solidify a person at a different position. Maybe you get a point guard in return or a 3-man in return that you're pretty high on, or 4-man, whatever. Right? So there's some options and opportunities there, but at the end of the day, I think it's important you get him back. To me, Derrick Rose, I got no problem with you guys saying, yeah, shut him down. Would I be upset if Derrick Rose played again this year? No, it doesn't move the meter. If he does, he does, whatever, but I'm perfectly okay with shut him down, get him rest, don't injure him further, and then again allows you to have some flexibility with what you want to do with D Rose come the offseason. So that's one of those. I'd be okay either way.
There's just no reason to play him. There's no reason to. So I think it'd be stupid of the team to bring him back. I mean, he had a grade 2 ankle sprain.
I think so. I think so.
Reggie Jackson missed a lot of time with the grade 3, and it took him some time to get back into form, obviously. So I don't think you really want to mess around with ankle sprains, especially in a guy that's had plenty of leg and ankle injuries throughout his career.
It's fair enough.
So I just think, look, your season is done. Do not bring him out there. It would just be another one of those decisions where it's just like, why? What is telling you to make that decision?
The only thing would be is if it's to answer some questions on his health come the offseason. Like, oh yeah, he came back, he played.
I think that's a little bit different. With Blake, it was it's a long-term injury where he has to have surgery. Rose's injury isn't something where he has to have surgery, and it's a 4-month injury. Like Griffin, is out, who's out long-term. That's the difference.
Fair enough.